All right, everybody, today I'm going to be going over the process of taking one of these cheap Wal-Mart mirrors. This thing costs you about $6 at Wal-Mart, got a whole lot to it. It's just basically a mirror with a black frame. It's got a little paper on the back of it and a hook to hang it with from up top here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this little $6 investment here and we're going to turn it into something unique and something that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. So stick around, I'll walk through the process. Alright guys, so we're over here on the work table and I'm going to walk you through the steps. It's not that complicated, but some of you may not do this or maybe thinking about doing it, and so I'm just going to show you what I found out. These things, when you get them, they use like a tape adhesive around the corners right here, and that stuff is quite messy and it is very sticky, so they chose wisely on that part. But what I have found the best way to do that is with a knife. They also put these little covers here over the part that you hang it with, and they put these two staples there. And this is just my little shop knife, so I'm not worried about making it dull. I'll sharpen it again. But you take that off and you can expose the little hook. And then what I do is I just make sure that I've got a good idea of where the edge of this frame is by kind of pressing with my finger and putting a slight crease in that paper. And you don't really have to have access to the entire back, so you just take the knife and just put you a cut just inside the frame. And like I said, the purpose of this is I don't want to deal with that sticky stuff that they put on the back of it, and so I'm going to leave the paper on there to help keep it from sticking to everything that I'm working around. And then later on, we're probably not even going to put it back on here because this is going to be against the wall, so we really don't care. All right, once you get it cut, it's just as simple as peeling that guy off of there. Now, I have found that they put a piece of tape on the back of it. Not exactly sure, unless that's in case it breaks, maybe it won't, fall apart. You'll have to take this piece of tape here and peel it off, and if it's too stubborn, we're not going to peel the whole thing off. You get the general idea. But sometimes these guys can be very stubborn and they don't want to come off. Yeah, see. But once you get the tape peeled off, and I'll spare y'all having to watch me peel the tape off. Once you get the tape peeled off, the two things that I found that works really well for this glue is just cheap rubbing alcohol. It tends to get most of that glue residue off of the back. You want to get the back surface as clean as you can, especially in an area in which you're planning on burning. They're pretty messy with their hot glue gun as well, so you'll have some hot glue in places that you may have to get off. You want to be real careful not to use anything that's going to scratch this coating off the back of the glass, because the coating needs to be there in order to make this thing work. So with that done, now once you get it cleaned and you get it prepped, you got everything off of it, you've got it cleaned down to just this gray painted surface, you're ready to move on to the laser. So if you'll walk with me, we'll move over to the laser and I'll show you exactly how to go ahead about set this thing up and configure it. Alright, I'm over at the laser now, and a couple of things that I want to go over with this is we're doing a mirror. So the thing to remember is when you're setting up your image in lightburn or whatever software you use, make sure that you do a flip of the image. The image is going to appear to be backwards on your workpiece, but it's going to be on the right orientation when you get your final product done. The thing to remember is you're going to want to run enough power to get the coating off the back of it, but not necessarily go slow enough that it's going to take forever or whatnot. This is a rather big work piece, and so it's going to take a while anyway. With this mirror being 16 inches by 16 inches, it's a perfect size for the XTool D1 and works great. Like I said, this is my third one that I've done, and so far so good. That's really all there is to it. Once you get it in here and you set your images, like I said, just remember your orientation. Make sure you flip that image, because if not, when you look at it in the mirror itself, it's going to be backwards. But my power settings that I'm running, I'm going to drop those in the description for those of you that have a XTool D1. Remember, mine is a 10 watt, so if you have a different laser, then you may want to adjust accordingly, or just get you one and try some random settings. But that's pretty much all there is to it. We'll move along. This is the finished product, and as you can see, I'll try to get in here close enough to where you can tell what's going on. The glass is frosted. You can see my hands behind the glass. The laser has basically taken and caused the glass to have a frosting similar to that of sandblasting. It removed all the coating, and so any kind of material, if you wanted this to be a certain color, like I've got some blue material here that I was throwing away. If you wanted a certain color on your engrave, you can simply place something behind there, or you could take and you can spray paint this thing. I've got some metallic spray paint that I can use that'll give it kind of a metallic look. I've got gold, silver, that type of thing. Or you could do red, blue, green, whatever color you want to put back there. Or you can leave it like this and just have that frosted look. Alright guys, if you want to stick around for just a second longer, I'm going to show you what this thing looks like when the lights go out.